Welcome back to TDN, the Dystopian Man. Please like and subscribe and like. Get your ledger link in the description. And you can also donate to the channel using Bitcoin, Cardano, and Ethereum to the wallets down below. What the heck? It wasn't there when I came up. So this is, I know you can see it's getting to true love. Nothing to do with relationships in terms of, oh, he walked away sexually sort of thing, right? What I'm saying to you this year, right? You can see here a picture of a man walking away, right, from somebody who has probably not helped him in any way, shape, or form, right? There is, financially speaking, right, there are some people, this is a hard message to have to say, right, but it's just going to keep it real with you. There are some people who are not going to make it, and who are just not built to make it. Right? There are some people who have been brainwashed so bad through growing up in their lives, right? And their financial education is so poor and they're not willing to do anything about it because the world is so against them and and rent has gone up and food has gone up. And because rent and food has gone up, I can't move forward in my life because woe is me, woe is I, right? That you have to just walk away from those people because misery loves company, whether it's financial, whether it's just some idiot being miserable, and they will bring you down. They will not talk about living in abundance. They will not talk about how to make abundance. They will talk about how to cut down. And they won't talk about how to cut down so they can use the extra that they're not using to create abundance and create wealth and create a better life for themselves. It's just so they can live at a lower level, right? And I have spoken to so many people, right, about the markets. And how many people do you think actually take heed of what I say and go and instead of watching Law and Order that night or Netflix or whatever it is, right, will go and actually look into assets or into why they're struggling? None of them. You have to leave. Well, not none of them, but it's a very small amount, very small percentage. It was just leaving me to say none of them. And you have to leave these sorts of people behind. You have to, right? I have friends now that I told about XRP years ago at the beginning of the case, right? Each and every one of them, right, could have took one day out of their lives, one half an hour day, 20-minute day, whatever, just to look into, oh, what's this dude on about? Oh, yeah, there is something here. Maybe I should throw 100 quid at it. Maybe I should throw 200 quid at it. Let's see what this is. None of them, right? The only person that did that was my brother, right? And now he's up. The investment he put in, he's up 500%. Right, I think he put like 1,000 in, and he's up to 5. Right, obviously you've seen my portfolio in other videos. I've just made a video today that dropped my portfolio. I put like 5k into it, right, and it 5x'd, right. And if you don't, and if you're, and and the funniest thing is the people who I have shown these things and shown that, yo, if you just buy like Bitcoin, if you'd have bought Bitcoin at any point in time, or bought the S&P 500 any point in time, or the Nasdaq any point in time, or Tesla any point in time, or Facebook any point in time, and just held and never sold, you would have made money. Right? You would have made money. And I've even shown these charts to people, and I've had a man look me dead in my face, right, and say, I just don't believe it. And this is what I mean. And as soon as that guy said that, right, I think I tried to explain it to him twice. The second time he said it, I was like, fuck it. Never going to even talk to him about it again. Because it's not something that you believe. This is fact. There are millions, and there are people out there, right, that are making millions and millions and millions, sat on their arse doing absolutely nothing, right, because they have bought the right stocks and assets. And the reason why he said he thought it was a scam was because, oh, but you just put your money back in and make more. Yeah, because the government keep devaluing the dollar. You see that shit that you keep saving up that just keeps going down and down and down and down and down in value, right? It's not that the market's going up and up and up and up and up in value. It's that your money's going down and down and down and down and down in value. So that's why now your money's worth more. And that's why now that stock is worth more dollars. Right. And these people who you sit down, who you try and explain it to, I have tried to explain it to so many family members, right? So many friends. And there was a channel called Money Rules who's going through a very similar thing, who constantly tries to explain it, constantly tries to explain it. The only thing you can do, right, is walk away from these people, leave them be. And if you want to, start accumulating assets for them. I'm choosing, I'm not doing that. I'm not, whoever I've told, right, about Bitcoin, crypto, assets, and as soon as they blow up to a stage where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm financially stable, properly financially stable, I ain't got to work again, that's their fucking problem. That's not mine. I see that as that, yeah, it might seem selfish. I see that's more money for me to pass on down to my daughter. Because I've told you about this. I've told you about investing. I've told you about what it is you have to do. What I did. Right, and oh, don't believe in it. Like, so you're trying to tell me Warren Buffett bought Coca-Cola shares, became a multi billionaire throughout his career, and you don't believe it? It's like the man turned around when I said invest in Bitcoin. What is it? What is Bitcoin? Where is it? I don't understand it. Well, then go and fucking research a video on it. Instead of spending that time, right, watching whatever bullshit you're watching on Netflix, bunning up inside your yard, watch a 10-minute video on Michael Saylor explaining what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is digital property. It's like Manhattan. If you was going to buy real estate in Manhattan in the 1980s or whatever, it would have always been a good purchase. You would have never lost money. He turns around and talks about it like in comparison. If you want to learn about actually what Bitcoin is in terms of the network, how to use it, there's plenty of tutorials and videos. You can literally just type in "what is Bitcoin" in YouTube and watch a 5-minute video. Or what is any sort of asset you want to accumulate? What assets have appreciated most in the past 10 years? Yeah, I want to start accumulating these. I mean, certain people even know just as simple as you buy houses and gold, but when was the last time you bought a piece of gold? And I'm not talking about it had to be like a £10,000 chain. I'm talking like paper gold on the stock market or something like that. And I don't mean you. I'm not saying you as in you as a person. I'm saying like, you know, the people that I deal with who this year I've said, fuck it, I'm leaving you behind. Like, I remember saying this to two friends, right? Buy some assets, buy some assets. These motherfuckers are sat there, right? Coming back off holiday, asking to borrow me money to then go back on holiday again. But yet I'm sat here going without, trying to make my financial future better, right? So that when I pass away, my daughter's got something to pass down to my grandkids, and then they can pass it down to their grandkids, and they can pass it down to their kids. And then this whole wealth effect is just going round and round and round in a circle. So then the next generations of my family will never have to work again. I've took on that burden to do that. Right, so that's why I'm not going on holiday as much or doing this as much or doing that as much. As soon as I have the income to do so, in terms of like the whole money there, yeah, of course I'll take my daughter away somewhere nice. But I see these people going on holiday, and I know you haven't even got 1% of what I have in the bank. So where is your financial education at there? Like I say, the man came back, right, from holiday, right? The day this motherfucker came back from holiday, right, literally the day he came back, asked me to borrow money. You're taking the piss. And these are the sort of people you have to leave behind. You can constantly tell them. It's like, it's a bit off subject, right? But I have constantly said to a lot of men and a lot of fellas, right? You get into relationships with these women, and what normally happens is they're not very financially educated. They'll drag you around the fucking world, right? I want to go here, I want to go there, I want to do this, I want to do that. I've booked a holiday. I love to travel, yeah? But what they don't do is love to get out of the shit situation they're in. And then these dudes simp, right? Because that's what it is, simp. And instead of put their foot down and say, well, all right, babe, so instead of us paying to go to wherever, why don't we try and invest, make that money to go over there so then it's free and we've still got this money here? It's no, we'll just jump on the bandwagon, follow you to where you're going blindly, right? And then when she's left you for some next dude, which is more likely going to happen, because none of these are married, none of them have been in long-term relationships with the people they're with. It's always with previous partners in the past. It's always fucked up. So I don't understand why they think this time's going to be different, right? Because the problem is in relationships. I've always said it. There's two people that have to make the decision to stay together, not just one. And unless you're a mind reader and can read that that person's not going to leave you, then every single penny you spend with them is just a fucking waste. But these people will still go on the same holiday, right? Spend a fuck ton amount of shit they don't have, get into debt, come back for her to leave your ass for you to be left in X, Y amount of debt. But yeah, I've got memories. This is why me, myself, don't do relationships. The only time I would be in a relationship with a woman is if she had a smidge of financial education. And to this day, I struggle to find women that have financial education. Like, I'm not even going to go into one of those other stories, but I'm saying 2025 is an important year, right? It is the 9th of January, right? We're not even halfway through yet, right? And already I've been putting things into motion, and I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, and you can as well. But you have to start walking away from these people, because the problem is, like I say, if you've got a mate and all he does is go out and spend money, and you're following him going out, the more than likely you're spending money as well. So you're both going to end up in a bit of shit situation. You have to learn to say no. You have to learn to leave people behind. You have to learn to do as this dude's doing and walk away from the problems in your life to receive the blessings and the benefits. Most people, my brother said something, I'm going to leave you on this, and my brother said something fantastic to me the other day, because we was talking about investing, and I was saying to him, it amazes me how people say they have nothing, but when you look at what they have something, but they don't invest it, and they always. And my brother turned around. I'm trying to think what he said. He said something like they're too scared to invest, and they're too scared, right? They don't realize that they have nothing. They're that scared of investing. That man don't want to lose his nothing. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, he's going out spending £200 a week on drink. It's fuck all. It's nothing. It's not going to benefit you anyway. It's nothing. You could take that £200 and put it in the market, but he's so scared to lose that little bit of what he has, which is just £200 drinking, he won't go and do it. And that was that. That really just. So yeah, when it comes down to investing, and when it comes down to striving forward, reaching your goals, right? There's certain people you have to cut off financially. There's certain people you have to just cut out of your life. There's one person, he owes me money, right? We're starting a little investment group between me, family, and some friends. He owes me some dough. If you don't pay me back that dough, you ain't even coming in, you ain't even getting involved. You ain't even getting involved, because it's you're a scumbag. Should have said it for what it is. First, be one of my best friends, loan you money because you're going through a shit situation, right? Which is one thing I will say. Now I've learned that 2025, one of my New Year's resolutions, or whatever you call it, goals, not borrowing anybody any money. I will not borrow anybody a fucking penny, because nobody borrowed me a penny for me to get in this situation I'm in today, which is okay. Right? So if you don't give me that money back, line drawn over, not worrying about that money, I'll go make it back, but you are a liability, go away. That's how brutal you have to start being. Because the amount of people I keep seeing crying about not having money online, right? And I just sit here thinking to myself, you just have no financial education. You don't give a fuck about financial education. I genuinely think we are at a stage where people like to complain, so they can blame it on somebody else. They don't want to turn around and say, oh, it was my fault I didn't do this. It's I'm broke because inflation, because prices are high, At any point in time, right, since you've been alive, or since Bitcoin's been in inception, right, you could have bought Bitcoin at $1, right? Not entirely you alive, but I'm saying you could have bought Bitcoin at $1, $2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 80, 90, because it went to 105,000. That's the highest it went to. Even if you'd have bought it at 10,000, 90,000, and it went to 100,000. You still made 10% on whatever you invested in less than a year. That still beat the S&P 500. But so many people, I don't believe in it. They just want to literally have a fucking reason to complain. I'm sorry, it really gets me mad. They just want to have a reason to complain. They don't want to look into what they're doing wrong. They don't want to look into financial assets. Like I say, any point in time, you could have literally bought Bitcoin and just held it. Or the S&P 500. The other day, we went through, I showed you all of these charts where if you'd just bought and held, you'd have made money. You didn't have to do anything else. But these people can't even be bothered to go and sit down and watch a video that shows them that or learn about that. You just have to walk away from them. All right, anyway, that was just a quick one anyway. So please like and subscribe. Well, I hope it was quick anyway. I know I can waffle on a bit. So you can get your ledger link in the description. And you can donate to the channel using Bitcoin, Cardano, and Ethereum to the link in the descriptions. The wallet links in the description. And peace.